Alrighty, hosses. In this video, I want to start talking to you guys about events. Now, right now our components are really boring, to be quite honest, because they can only do one thing, and that is render some HTML out to the user. Display some HTML on the page. Pretty bland, if you ask me. Now, we started learning React because we thought that we were going to be able to create these cool, dynamic, changing components that the user can interact with. Well, if you ever want to do that, then you need to learn how to use events. So an event is just something that your component can do. Well, right now it can render stuff out on the screen, but let's make it do something else. So above your render function, I'm just going to make a simple function called do something. Because all this is going to do is, let's say that instead of just displaying stuff on the screen, let's have a link in these components as well. And whenever you click it, it'll just alert like this little blob of text, or it'll just do something really basic. So write do something or whatever you're going to name your function, and then after that write function, and then make sure you have a comma because you want to make sure to separate this function from this function. And inside here you can write anything you want to do. So what do we want our component to do? Well, we're just going to make it alert something out on the screen, and we'll just make it alert this text right here. So let me just steal it from down in here, hit copy, and let me write like the text displaying is this text right there. So we can actually delete this since we don't want to display it twice. So now our component is going to render this. This is what it's going to display, and whenever we call this do something function, it's going to display this alert. But now we actually have to make a link because we're going to say whenever they click this link, that's when we want to call this function. So I'm just going to write A, and let me just write the text in here first. So the link in this component will just say like click me, something like that. And now on click, what we can say is this. Instead of a property that we're going to stick in this curly brace, we're going to say this components do something. And I'm too lazy to type it, so I'm just going to copy it. So whenever we click this link, call the do something function. And just so I make sure it doesn't link to anything, I'm just going to make a dead link, and there we go. So now whenever we display this component, it's going to display the heading just like before, and it's also going to display a link that says click me. So let's check it out. So here's the heading of each component, and whenever I click it, it's going to call do something, which just pops up some text on the screen. So here is the child element or definition for Bucky, and here it is for Emily. So that's the basics of events. Basically, our components, they aren't just bland HTML that we're going to display to the user. They can also have some functionality. So in this example, we saw some really simple function. In other words, they displayed some alert box. But later on, our events are going to get more useful and a lot more fun. So for now, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next video.